It makes it, I can't do anything.
Well, I think there's
That's their garage.
are going to be changed anyway.
But this gets passed tonight.
Oh, that's the best part. I didn't know I actually get a gavel. Welcome, everybody. We're going to stand and start the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance. Ben, you want to come up here for a second? Swear me in. The oath up there? Yeah, the oath. You can hold your Bible.
You're right. Your wife.
Yeah.
Emily.
Congratulations to Councilwoman, Councilman, look forward to working with you.
Emily?
Thank you.
The council, chief.
Better.
Easy. You can have as many people up there as you want.
Thank you.
Of course, I see half of Ocean Township.
That goes to Vin.
Just a brief vote on Billy. I had the opportunity to meet him actually after his primary election to get to know him. And one of the most amazing moments was my wife had a daughter with me and looks like me a couple months ago, and there was this amazing woman who was our nightmare. And we didn't know who she was. And I know Billy's gonna be a great man. Billy, put hand on the Bible, hands up. Hand on the Bible.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Actually, we come on this side.
Yes, left hand, right.
There we go. That's the pick.
I state your name,
I, William Portman,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties
all the duties
of the office of mayor
of the office of mayor
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Becky. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you, Senator.
Okay. Okay, great. We're now going to swear in our new council members.
And after
Laura has.
thank you very much.
Oh, you want to share a Bible? John. Frankie, can
You don't have to. When we go home with it?
Thank you.
Whatever together. I'm gonna say it. I state your name. I, Angela Marie. Do solemnly swear. That I will faithfully. Impartially. And justly perform. All the duties. Of the office of councilperson. According to the best of my ability. So help me God. So help me God.
He is. He's seated in the audience.
Gonna ask, Dark. William Wilson from the Baptist Church to come up and say invocation.
Should you use the mic there? Hi, darling. Yeah. Use.
Sure.
Let us pray. All wise and eternal God, our Father. We come at this point in time in this city of Great Bend. Oh God, we're thanking you for greater. Oh God, we're thanking you for where you brought it from, and we're thanking you for the greater heights that you are about to take it to. So Father, as we prepare to invoke your presence in this meeting, we're thanking you for already binding us together with cords of love that cannot be broken as we walk hand in hand, arm in arm, for a greater community, a greater expectation of what you have in store for us. We thank you for this community, and we thank you for those that you have imparted here to help usher us in to a greater 2023. Thank you, oh God. Have your way. Your way in this meeting. We bow down and lift you up. In your great name, we pray this prayer. Amen.
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 Councilman Jackson.
Here.
Councilwoman Morandi. Councilwoman Sturtevant is en route. Councilwoman Trigiano.
Here.
Councilman Ballard.
Here.
Councilman Zipperich. We have quorum, so.
This meeting is being held in accordance with the public laws of 1975, Chapter 231, and adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by a notice sent to the Asbury Park Press, Two River Times, and the Star Ledger, and posted in the main lobby of the municipal building and on the municipal website. I just want to take a minute. I see a bunch of familiar faces too. I see Dave Brown is here, Chairman of the Monmouth County Dems. Nice to see you. And my buddy John, who's the Napletani, Mayor of Ocean Township. I think I saw the deputy mayor hiding in the back there, Margie.
Donlin.
Nice. I don't know if I missed anybody else, but I see lots of neighbors, like local dignitaries. I think we're going to now proceed to the swearing in of the fire officials.
We have to get him out of the hallway. No.
Need that Bible.
It's a judge by law.
And or the mayor can, whatever you prefer.
No, I know.
I got the Bible.
I just don't get why he's like, I'll talk to you about it later. You don't have it.
Don't only got it.
Go Jaden.
Raise the bar. Underneath that. And I'm just gonna say, I, and you state your name. I
Robert Hall,
do solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties
all the duties
of the office,
of the office,
fire chief,
first deputy,
there we go.
second deputy.
All the fire. The best of my ability,
The best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Thank you. Mayor, thank you very much.
Thank you once again, Bobby.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
again,
you.
Frankie.
Thank you.
Always stepping up. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah, sign this one.
Yes, I will.
Otherwise, I'll never see them again.
Kind of. Come on, tighter, like you like.
Yeah, like I love it.
Yeah, right. Big up. Big deep. Oh, God. Spielberg.
Spielberg, thank you. Thank you. Oh, me, well, hold on. Yeah.
He wants to-
Yes. Look at them.
It is, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor Council.
Thank you, guys. Congratulations to you as well. Okay, we're going to try and get through this as quickly as possible. First order of business are the mayoral appointments. I have been advised by council that the class 3 appointment to the planning board is a council nomination. So I'll run through the other members of the planning board and then we'll get that nomination from council. Class 1 is myself, Mayor Portman. Class 2 is Tommy Welsh. Our class 4 appointment is Dan Mancuso. Alternate number 1 is David Cassidy, and the mayor's designee is a new member, Alex Fitzgerald. And now we can go ahead and call for a motion. Yeah.
Class 3.
Yeah, so I'm going to ask for a motion for a class 3 rep for the planning board.
To place the name of Michael Ballard into nomination.
Okay, do I have a second?
Seconded.
Is it a roll call? Okay. We'll do a roll call vote.
Councilman Jackson,
Yes.
Councilwoman Morandi,
Yes.
Councilman Sturtevant is excused, Councilwoman Triano,
No.
Councilman Ballard,
Yes.
Councilman Ziprich.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, thank you. Next up is the appointments that are also mayoral appointments to the Historic Preservation Commission. First up is a Class A member for 4 years is Paul Sullivan. A Class B member for an unexpired term is Roseanne Del Pra. Alternate number 1 is Paul Cagno, and alternate number 2 is Liam Collins.
Mayor, permission to speak?
Yes.
So I think there's some confusion over whether or not there's a vacancy in the Class B position. I know Laura, our clerk, has looked into that. We are looking into it. So obviously there needs to be a vacancy. At least that by all accounts appears that there is, but there is some question of whether or not the Class B position is vacant. So we will do a little bit more investigating and report back to mayor and council.
Okay. And just to be clear too, once that's determined, is that that's not affecting, obviously it will affect one of these appointments, but these will still be mayoral appointments.
Absolutely. It doesn't change your appointing power, just whether or not the seat is vacant.
Okay, thank you. We're moving on to the council committees.
I'm sorry, Mayor, a point of order. So do we have to do anything or is it just not acted on?
I think at this point, is it on now?
Yeah.
I think at this point, it's a mayoral appointment. Obviously, if the position is not vacant, it's a void appointment.
Got it.
So I think it's just probably better practice, just allow the appointment to be made. Give Laura, myself, and perhaps the chief some time to dig into the issue of whether or not is in fact vacant. And we'll report back to mayor and council.
Thank you.
These need to be read out. Council committees need to be read out loud, or does everyone just need to, should I just read this?
Since there's been an amendment to it, I think you should. So.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, the amendment.
Next up is our council committees. Our finance and personnel council will be Angela Morandi will be the chair, and then council members Trigiano and Ballard will make up the rest of that committee. For Public Safety, Police and Fire, our Commissioner is Kate Trigiano. Council members Morandi and Ballard. Public Utilities, our Chair will be Ed Zipprich. We made a slight change here, and it's now going to be Council members Jackson and Ballard. Code Enforcement, Environmental Control, Health, Welfare, and Building Codes, Michael Ballard is the Chair. Council members Jackson and Morandi make up the rest of the committee. For Parks and Recreation, John Jackson is the Chair, and the council members are Sturtevant and Morandi. Education and Technology, Jacqueline Sturtevant is the Chair, and council members Trigiano and Zipprich. And for the Parking Committee, Ed Zipprich is the Chair, and our council members are John Jackson and Jacqueline Sturtevant.
So. Can be on the floor.
What's that? Yeah, no,
Yeah, I can put me on the.
Angela, I moved it because Michael didn't want to be on Parks and Rec with his wife serving on the board, so it's just a puzzle piece.
I can speak to that because we spoke about it, if you don't mind, Mayor. So the reason I went to the mayor and asked for this change is we have a policy at this council where if you have a relative or a spouse who serves on a volunteer committee, that we don't appoint an elected official to serve on that council committee. And originally, I assume Billy wasn't aware of that, and that my wife Rose is actually on the Parks and Rec committee. So I requested that I be swapped out of the Parks and Rec committee. And so he made that last minute change, swapping me and Angela between Parks and Recreation and the DPW committee.
Okay, we are moving on to resolutions and appointments for 2023. First up is we have to elect a new council president for 2023. I have a motion.
I place the name of Michael K. Ballard in nomination for council president.
Wait a second.
Second.
Let's roll call vote as well.
Councilman Jackson,
Yes.
Councilwoman Morandi,
Yes.
Councilwoman Sturtevant is excused, Councilman Trigiano,
No.
Councilman Ballard,
Yes.
Councilman Zipprich.
Yes.
Thank you. Congratulations, Michael. Next up, 23-02, authorizing the award of a fair and open contract for professional services. Okay, can I have a motion? Have a second?
Second.
So. Did I just, we don't need to do a roll call, can I just ask, all in favor of the professionals? Professional services contract?
Aye.
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 Okay. Moving right along. Next up, 23-03, council liaison appointments for 2023. I have a motion. Second?
Second.
Okay. Want to just, yeah, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Next up, we have 23-04, confirmation appointments of officials and employees for 2023. A motion? Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
I just had a question about that one. There were a couple positions missing. So I wasn't sure.
For which one? For the officials and employees?
Correct, yes.
Okay, so if we don't have a position that's on here, what is the?
Mayor, I believe the clerk went through and there was only ones that were one-year terms were listed on here, or that the term was. Yeah, I believe the only ones listed on here, if Laura, correct me if I'm wrong, are the ones that are one-year terms or the term was expiring. Not everybody is an annual term is what is my understanding. Is that correct, Laura?
There were a couple individuals on there that were tenured, so I just pulled them off as well.
Okay. Where were we?
So fine.
Thank you. 2305, confirming board and committee appointments for 2023. Let's see this on here, by the way, this thing. Or is that, oh, that's all. I have a motion.
Moved.
Second,
Second.
do we need any discussion here?
No, just that, the point that we have to add that second alternate to the shade tree, but we'll do that after.
Our second alternate added shade tree, and that was
Samantha Flores Castillo.
Samantha Flores. Okay, any other discussion?
All in favor? Move on.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next up, we are at 23-06, adopting council bylaws for all meetings of the Borough Council for the year 2023. Do I have a motion?
Mayor,
So moved.
Yes,
I have concerns about this.
Hold on.
I have a motion. Second,
Second.
discussion, any discussion?
Thank you. So this is a document that was not received by anybody here. So I'm sorry that you don't have more information in front of you as I described my concerns. This document I received today, a few hours before this meeting, and it sets bylaws for our council meetings. I have a concern with one of the sections. If you guys want to pull it up, it's section 12, I believe. This is a big packet. Here we go. Page 4 of 6. Motions and resolutions in writing. My concern is with the last line. It says all resolutions must be endorsed by a committee chair after a majority vote by said committee, or said resolutions must have 3 council members as co-sponsors to be considered at a regular meeting. This is a lot of hoops to jump through just to get a resolution up for conversation in a workshop meeting, to be considered by the public and to be heard. I do believe it's very restrictive and undemocratic, and I would ask the council to reconsider.
My biggest concern with the bylaws is, again, we just received them this afternoon and really didn't have any chance to review them. I mean, I don't know when everybody received them. John, can I ask, when did you receive these, the bylaws? Or did you have a chance to review them?
I received them only recently as well.
Okay, and Angela, can I ask when you saw the bylaws?
Today.
Today, okay. I mean, like this afternoon or like here when we got here today?
Oh, no, this is Lenore's.
Oh, okay.
Turn on your mics, we can't hear.
Yeah. So that's my biggest concern is that we're enacting bylaws for the entire year. We really haven't had an adequate chance to review them. So I'd like to ask that we table them so we can just have a minute to look at them and make sure that nobody has any problems with them.
And Mayor, if I may,
Yes.
the purpose of borough bylaws is to set in motion the rules for the borough operation. Other municipalities have bylaws, and I had reached out to the clerk to ascertain whether we had bylaws in place. She was unable to secure them. I know in many other municipalities around the state, each governing body adopts or reaffirms their bylaws. These bylaws, I had reached out to a good friend of mine who is Mayor of Fanwood, a municipality that is of comparable size. These bylaws were routed to the borough attorney for review and adaptation for the borough of Red Bank. And as many of you know, Mayor Marr is a former president of the New Jersey League of Municipalities. So she does a very good job of offering assistance around the state and has in her capacity as president of New Jersey League of Municipalities. And now that she is a president emeritus, I would make a motion that we adopt these as they are.
I'm certainly not disputing that they work for Fanwood. I'm just not sure that we've had time to decide if they work for Red Bank. That was my concern. Again, these are, I'm not sure if Jacqueline reviewed them, but I'm under the impression that myself, John, Angela, I don't know how long Michael had to review them, but it does not seem like adequate time just to have a bylaws enacted a few hours before the meeting. That seems like something we should just take some time with and review.
Well, I did additional research in the fact that the planning board.
Can you just get a little bit closer to the mic?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
I did further research by contacting both the chairs of the planning board here in Red Bank, as well as the zoning board. They, at their reorganization meetings, reaffirm the bylaws that they operate under, and therefore I'll stand by my motion to adopt these. And of course, they can be amended as we see fit going forward. But for now, my motion stands.
I'll second the motion.
That's already been done.
Oh, okay.
Do we have any further discussion from anybody?
So we can pass them tonight and amend it, like we are some of these other resolutions.
Absolutely.
You can amend it right now if you want to.
Anyone else have anything to add?
Yeah, I'll just reiterate what I said again. The way that these bylaws are being passed, with the current council majority that sits here tonight, I will have no ability to introduce a resolution to the public. I have passed more resolutions on this day than everybody here combined because I'm in touch with the people and I bring things forward. And that's the truth. You can look at my record. I even did it just at the end of last year. And what I said then stood true, that it's democratic, that people from your public can suggest resolutions that stand for what they believe in. And I would bring them in and I would place them on workshop for discussion. These bylaws being passed as they are banning me from doing that. I will no longer be able to do that unless I get a majority of a council committee and the chair of that committee or half the people on this dais to do this. I have sat on this dais in the minority. I have sat on this dais in the majority, but I have never taken a step to censor somebody here from introducing a piece of legislation or an ordinance that they believe in. And I really think that this is important and people should be paying attention.
Any other discussion?
Mayor, I'll just remind the councilwoman that this is a borough council form of government and that it is a government by committee, which you have very generously bestowed responsibilities to each member of the council this evening. And this is the way a borough government operates, and we should proceed.
And according to these bylaws that you're pouncing, Councilman, we won't even be able to have this back and forth discussion that we're having right now because these bylaws actually ban that. These bylaws actually state that I wouldn't be able to respond to him right now, that I would have to give the opportunity to everybody on the dais the ability to speak before I could respond to him. And just because you can do something doesn't mean it's right.
Can I have a roll call?
Councilman Jackson,
Yes.
Councilwoman Morandi,
Yes.
She can't.
Councilwoman Sturdivant. I don't know that it's fair to ask her if she just walked in.
Vote on the bylaws.
Yes.
Councilwoman Trigiano
Comes as no surprise, I'm going to say no.
and Valor,
Yes.
Councilman Zikrich.
Yes.
Motion.
Thank you.
Calling.
23-07, designating newspapers to receive notice of meetings. I have a motion. Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
23 08, confirming council meeting for 2023. I have a motion.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
23 09, approving a cash management plan. I have a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
23 10, authorizing 2023 temporary budget. Can I have a motion? Second.
Second.
All right. We have to do a roll call on this one.
Which one, Mayor?
23 10, the temporary budget.
Sir.
I don't know.
And, Councilwoman Mirandi motioned.
Councilman Jackson,
Yes.
Councilman Morandi,
Yes.
Councilman Sturdivant,
Yes.
Councilwoman Tridiano,
Yes.
Councilman Ballard,
Yes.
and Councilman Zipperich.
Yes.
23 11, authorizing creation of change funds. Have a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
23 12, designating depositories for the Borough of Red Bank. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Just a few more, 23 13, fixing the rate of interest to be charged on delinquent taxes, utility, and other municipal assessments. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
23 14, authorizing the CFO to conduct financial matters between regular business meetings in 2023. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
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 All in favor?
Aye.
And finally, 23 15, cancellation of tax overpayments and delinquencies for amounts less than $10. I have a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'm just going to take a minute and say a few words to everybody. Lots of familiar faces here and lots of new friends and residents that I've met since April. And I want to thank you all again for being here. It's a great feeling. To my fellow council members, our professionals here on the dais, all of our borough employees, and all the residents of Red Bank, I am deeply honored to assume the position of Mayor of Red Bank. Red Bank is a borough that does not make changes lightly or easily. We have had only 2 different mayors in the last 31 years, and neither of them were the longest serving mayor of Red Bank. A gentleman named Charles English was mayor for 19 years, from 1931 to 1950. We've had the same form of government for almost 120 years. We have been operating under the same master plan since 1996. And now I find myself overseeing the largest set of changes in the history of Red Bank. In November, the voters of Red Bank voted by almost a 2-1 majority to change the way we vote, switch it to nonpartisan elections, to change our form of government to a council manager form. And finally, we are also updating our master plan to reflect the realities of the times. I am excited to be at the helm for these changes. I'm excited to work with my fellow council members on behalf of this amazing little town. We are less than 2 square miles, 12 or 13,000 residents, and we have so much going on here. Here's my governing philosophy, and it is one simple question. Is this decision good for Red Bank? That is the most important question I will ask myself before taking any action as mayor. And the reality is, come May, we'll have a new governing body and a new form of government. I feel like we need to be stewards of the borough. Let's keep the ship running smoothly. And let's also respect the will of the electorate, who voted overwhelmingly in favor of these changes. As a resident of Red Bank, you have the right to know what's going on in your borough. I will do my best to answer your questions and concerns. The first thing I want to tell you is I'll try to make sure that all of us here on the dais are speaking clearly into the microphone so you can follow the council meetings. Because I've sat where you are this past year and I can't hear half of the things. So I don't know, we're either all going to be hunched over or, I might set up a little PA system behind me with a microphone. We'll figure it out. I'm also going to be instituting office hours here at Borough Hall. I have an office on the 4th floor. How cool is that? You can stop by or you can call. I'm gonna start for now, being there every Monday evening from 4 to 6. Maybe we'll change that if it's not working for people, it's not working for me, but I really want to hear what you think is going on and what should be going on. The biggest change for me since I've gotten involved with local politics here at Red Bank is that my definition of neighbor has changed. I used to think of my neighbors as the folks on John Street and Harrison, the people I saw on a regular basis, people that I lend a hand to if needed. I've come to view all of you as my neighbors, so please call me if you need a hand, if you need some help. I'm happy to do what I can to help. I want to thank you again for this opportunity, and I look forward to working with and for all of you. Thank you. I believe Angela and John have a few remarks as well. Does someone want to?
I'll go first. So I'll keep it a little bit shorter because I know everybody can go to your party. But I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight and wish everyone a happy and a healthy new year. I'd like to thank Judge Wingington for taking the time out of her busy day to swear me in. It's truly an honor. So I thank her for that. And Senator Gopal for also joining us tonight. I want to give some special thanks to Thea, my rock, my lovely parents, all my friends and family, and all the people that helped me and supported me to get here tonight. I couldn't do without all of you, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I want to congratulate Councilman Jackson and our new mayor, and I look forward to working with both of you, as well as the remainder of council, our great hardworking borough employees and professionals, you know, working together to make Red Bank better, to deliver best-in-class services to our taxpayers, to address quality of life issues, to keep Red Bank affordable. Working together, we can do that by making improvements along the way. So I look forward to it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Angela. I'm glad that one of us remembered to thank their wife. Thank you.
So I just wanted to say a few words to the many people who made tonight possible. I'd like to thank the Red Bank voters because you placed your trust in us to lead Angela and myself along with this council, and I'm deeply grateful for that trust and support. I want to thank the organizations that supported us with their endorsements, the state and county LGBTQ caucuses. I saw Lauren Albrecht here earlier, as well as Garden State Equality. Thank you very much for your endorsements, as well as the Victory Fund. I want to thank our campaign team who worked so hard and canvassed with us. You literally walked the walk for us in the 9 districts here in town, and you did a lot of walking and a lot of talking. I'd like to thank my fellow council members whose support was unwavering and, you know, who recognize what we can accomplish when we work together and we are unified. And to my family and friends who've endlessly heard about the politics and how for years they've recognized its importance and they've supported getting me here tonight. My cousin Frankie, who you saw stood with me during the oath, my mother and father. And lastly, my wonderful daughter, Julie, who gave of her own time and money to support my campaign. She's been my #1 supporter. Unfortunately, she couldn't be here tonight because she's on a well-deserved vacation as she enters her last semester in college. So, but I know she's watching on the streaming video. So Julie, honey, thank you so much for your support. I love you. Lastly, I just want to say that with the passing of the referendum, it's changed our timeline here for how long we will remain a borough. But as a member of this new council, you know, my promise with the rest of us is to work to get as much done as we can in the next 6 months. Good evening, everyone, and Happy New Year.
And finally, I'm going to ask Pastor Wilson to come back up for a benediction.
We all could stand. May the Lord shine his face upon you. May peace be with you as we guide our feet, our footsteps guided by our great God. May we continue to walk hand in hand. May we remember there are really no big I's and little you, but there are a we of a community. Together we will stand. Together we will accomplish great things. We may not agree on everything, but we will agree to disagree, and we will walk in unity. So God, have your way. Continue to open our eyes so we can see what you have for Red Bank Borough. We thank you for those that are elected and those that have been appointed. Move through them and guide them as only you can do. We bow down and raise you up. Have your way, O God of mercy, love, and kindness. Amen.
Amen, darling.
But she's not. This is a public meeting. Is there a public comment section? Not usually.
No, there's no public comment today.
In a public meeting, I believe that's part of the rules.
So this issue has come up before. I'm township attorney in Union. We don't permit public comment there. If this council and mayor will want to allow public comment at this time, I guess historically, public comment was not permitted or allowed. I don't want to get too lawyerly in the beginning of the year. I can tell you that this meeting is being conducted in accordance with state law that requires every municipality in the state of New Jersey to reorganize within the first 7 days. That's exactly what we're doing. It's a ceremonial meeting. It's the business meeting of the body here to kind of set forth depositories, et cetera. But I would defer to council if they want and the mayor to allow it to be open up for public comment. But again, I've been told this is the way it's been done before my arrival.
Good to see you guys tonight.
I think the mayor wants to have, don't you want to have a party?
What's that?
Don't you want to have a party?
I absolutely do, yeah.
But we've always included past reorganization days with a photo of the mayor and council on the dais, and then you celebrate.
All right.
Except for last year when it was on Zoom and you allowed public comment.
So, again, we are under advice of council. We are not having public comment tonight. We do have a meeting scheduled for, I believe, next Wednesday. It'll be a regular council meeting. I want to thank you all again for being here. I want to invite you all over to the Triumph Brewery right now, including my fellow council members and all of you here. We can go have a drink together, and I wish you a happy new year. I have a motion to adjourn. Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great.
Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have any